Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. We are down in the Ag Teacher Thoughts bunker looking at one of our plants that we have been waiting to blossom for quite a while. Now, this is a blossom that for most of us is going to be fairly rare as far as us ever getting a chance to see. So let me bring it up closer, the other part, and see if you recognize that it is a Venus Flytrap. Now I know the exposure is kind of weird down here. We do currently have about 28 degrees and snowing, so we can't be outside where the light is better. But this is the flower stalk for a Venus Flytrap, which is actually really kind of cool. See if we can get you to focus on there. There you go. And there is that beautiful 5-petaled blossom. This is the first time I myself have ever seen a Venus flytrap blossom, but I know in areas where these are a little bit more common, or areas where folks have more moderate weather all the time, where they can grow these outside, they do have rather good luck with them actually blossoming. So what we're going to do today is we're going to attempt to do some pollination, and I really can't tell at this point whether or not the stamens are actually open on this. It is the first day open for this blossom. And sometimes the way it works with some of these flowers is the flower will open, the stamens stay closed, and then the pistil is accepting pollen. But then after the pistil kind of hardens up, then the stamens themselves open and provide the pollen. That way it helps that plant not cross-pollinate itself. So we've only got one at this point. So we are going to attempt to pollinate itself. I have a couple of kind of wonky tweezers here that we're going to attempt to use. They're not my favorite pair. I think I actually got those left at school right now. So I'm not going to run up and grab those just to try to pollinate these. I will bring some home to do that. But this is the first flower that's opened. So let's do a little bit of science here. We will look a little bit at the size comparison here. So we're going to do metric first, and then we will do good old freedom units. So you're looking at about roughly 2.5 centimeters for a span, or we can turn it over to freedom units and right about an inch. So that's what that looks like. The other thing is let's go ahead and look at the stalk itself. And we're looking at 10 inches there for that stalk. So it's 10 inches above the leaves. Now, the other thing about this one is we also do have a second flower stalk that has started in here, which I do appreciate. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go. Some people say, you know, it's a lot of energy for one of these plants. Don't let it bloom. It could die. For me, the experience of getting to see them bloom is kind of my point. You know, this for me is epic. You know, I've made journeys just to see certain plants bloom. There was the corpse lily in Vancouver, Washington a few years ago that bloomed, and it was the Titan Van Coog is what they called it. And I actually did make a journey up there and waited in line for, I think, almost 2 hours to be able to look by and try to smell that thing. I always regretted with that corpse lily not going up the night that it opened up and started to bloom. Those that went up and did that, and it was open 24 hours, you could go up there. They could smell the corpse part of the corpse flower, which I really want to do eventually. In fact, I would love to get my own corpse lily and grow it here in the hopes to be able to get it to blossom. So it takes about 5 to 7 years to get a corpse lily to bloom, but apparently Venus flytraps are easier and a little bit more common. So we're gonna work on this one. But yeah, long story short, even if this plant does die, for me, it's met my goal, which is giving me a chance to see something that I probably wouldn't. Well, I don't encounter these here. They're simply not in northern Idaho, as far as I'm aware. They're a little bit more cold sensitive, and this area, let me tell you, it gets cold. So let's take a look at some of this, and we'll try to work on it together, and we will see. Let's count the stamen and see what we can find. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It looks like 16 stamen in there, and the pistil is, let's see if we can zoom in on that. Might have to move you around a little bit. Okay, that pistil, right down buried there in the center, right there. That would be the pistil. So the stamens themselves seem to be a little bit whiter, and then that pistil is that little tiny green piece right in the center, right there. It's the shorter one. So we're going to try to grab some of these stamens, and we'll just run them right over that pistil. I was initially going to use Q-tips, but as you can see, the size of that Q-tip compared to the stamen, I don't think there's enough pollen, even if they are open, to work with that. So let's do this. So I'm going to hold this gently, come in here and try to pick off one of those stamens and rub it on the pistil. Okay. Okay, it looks like I got 2 of them. Hopefully you can see this. I can't see whether or not it's in focus. Okay, so this is what we're going to try for today. So if these stamen are open, which I would need my magnifier, which also is not here, I would need that to be able to tell, unless I can find my loop here in my work area, which I'm not seeing it. No, not seeing it right off the bat. I think I might have loaned that to one of my sons. Yeah, I don't see it, so I can't look at that real close under magnification. Well, let's see if the phone will do it. Yeah, I don't think the stamens are quite open yet. There could be some grains of pollen on there, but I can't tell at this point. But what we're going to do is we're going to call it good for today on that one. And we're going to hope that those stamens open a little bit more tomorrow. And we will attempt to go through and pollinate this again tomorrow. But yeah, we'll just bring it up here so you can see. This is that long stem, that 10-inch long stem. Now I've done a little research on this, and I kind of talked about this a little bit ago when I first found the bloom spike on it. The theory that comes around with the bloom spikes on the Venus Flytraps, since we have traps down here that will actually capture insects, there we go, all the way down here. You know, these are designed to capture insects, and they'll capture any kind of insect that's not too strong for them. The theory is that the flytrap, as a manner of survival, has developed a longer bloom spike so that the blossoms are further away from the traps so that they're not consuming their own pollinators. So that's what that theory is there. And I kind of confer with that. You know, I look at a lot of different structures and a lot of different plants, and a lot of them, they co-evolve with their pollinators. So yeah, I would concur. That's most likely what's going on. Is got to keep those blossoms as far as you can away from the traps that would capture the pollinators. So let's get back here to that blossom, because that's the interesting part. That's what we care about. There we go. So yeah, we will try again to pollinate this tomorrow. We've got a lot of blooms that are yet to come, and we'll get an idea. I'll try to bring my loop so we can look at those stamen nice and close on some dark colored paper and see when we've got pollen grains on there. The other thing, I don't remember if I pointed it out in this video, we do have a second bloom spike coming up, so we will be doing some work with that too. Okay, well, those of you that haven't subscribed at this point, please do, because I'm going to continue on with this and many other things, and I really would like you to follow along so we can follow this journey together. And I hope you have enjoyed yourself, and definitely I hope you are learning something. Anyway, Ag Teacher Thoughts out. Hope you enjoy.